Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Tara, how you doing?
Hello.
What was that?
Howdy.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Jamie.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a very good day in a lot of ways, and an interesting day in terms of testing and challenging my own skill sets regarding my ability to turn adversity into ally. So I'll mention at the end. Okay. But no, life overall is really good. So let's play.
Okay.
Thanks for being here. And I'm recording, so
Okay.
no pressure. Because I know there's some folks in India that would like to jump on, but right now they might jump on. It's 6:30 a.m. in India. So for the early risers, it might be on. But yeah, we're just going to jam today and energize ourselves, no matter what kind of day we've had or what kind of day we've chosen to have, however you want to word that.
Right.
So let me start this piece of music again. This is a piece of music by Kim Robertson. And Kim Robertson has an old album called Voice of the Isles.
Oh, okay.
And if you like fusion, it's very Irishy. But it also has a little bit of Asian influence. It's really interesting. And this tune is called Robertson's Rant. And it just has a great energy. And it's the perfect tempo. It's right at 120 beats a minute, which is where I like to play most of my brain games at. So here we go. All right. So let me check one more thing. Hold on. Super. Okay, great. Let's start out with a pretty easy one. Let's go shoulder and elbow. And 1, 2. 1, 2. A little faster. And a little faster, yeah. All right, so no one's crashing and burning. That's really good news. Okay, let's go. And if you were, it's okay. We deal with it. Shoulder and ear. Musical. So shoulder and ear. 1, 2, ready, and switch. 2, switch. 2. Switch, 2, 3. Switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch. Woo! Don't hurt yourself. Almost get myself a left hook there. Let's do another one. Let's go. Let's scaffold up a little more. That was harder than the first one. Next one. Ear and nose. 2, ready, and switch. 2, 3. Switch. 2.
I didn't think about that.
You can think about it. And if you want to try it, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Now I'm gone.
If you want to get crazy, you can try. And that's hard. Whew. So let's go for another 3 that are scaffolded from easy to more difficult. Letterettes. 1, 2, ready, and switch. Switch. And how about double that? Welcome. Alcatel, yeah. Brain game, Energizer, right? So that was pretty easy. Let's try one that's a little more difficult. Let's go shoulder and side. 1, 2, ready, and switch. 2, 3, switch. 2, 3, 4, switch. 2, switch. 2, switch. Woo! Nice little workout for the brain. Cross the midline.
Yeah.
We did this one, then we did this one. Let's elevate it a little more. Let's go back of the neck and ear. 1, 2, ready, and switch, 2. Switch, 2. Switch. Pretty good job, everyone. Switch, 2, switch, 2, switch. Woo! Oh. One more change. Let's go back of the neck and bicep. Bicep and back of the neck. 1, 2, ready, and switch, 2, 3. Switch, 2, 3. Switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2. Woo! Give yourself a round of applause, everyone. Yeah. So welcome. And I am recording it so people can see it later. And if you want to, I'll put that link out later for anyone who can't be here live today. All right. So before I go on, are there any questions about how to energize our brain? Right now, I just did groups of 3 from easy to more difficult. And I have, I have more coming here in a second. But are there any questions?
Not for me.
Okay. Cool.
Not yet.
Not yet. Let me go here. All right, let's do some more. Let me switch up the music. All right. Okay, so iBG, right? Intellectual brainwave games. We use music at specific frequencies, as you two know, and tempos to elicit new neural connections. So let's push it a little further. Let's start really simple again. And here, and here. 1, 2, ready, and down, 2, 3, and up, 2. So if you're working with young children, this is one you could start with. And most children can do this. Let's make it a little bit harder by crossing the midline.
Oh.
And the other side go. Let's go back here and here. Put one down here. 2, 3, and opposite motions. Again, most young children can do this. And these are also used in the corporate world, right? So I do a lot of brain breaks and brain games. Now, crossing the midline. Try and keep it smooth, like taffy, like you're pulling taffy, or like honey dripping from the bottle. And ready, set, and switch. Excellent. Shake it out. It's also a nice arm workout. Hey, Jody! Jody's in the house, everyone. Careful. Who knows what's going to happen now? Who knows? Who knows? We got 2 Canadians on.
Yeah.
We know for sure it's going to be polite.
Yeah.
It's going to be polite because there are 2 Canadians. I'm just messing with you. I have a lot of friends in Canada. Hands up here and right here. So let's go sideways and up. And make sure the sideways one goes across your midline, across the middle of your body. And try and keep them straight, in time with the music. So many cool variables. And 1, 2, ready, and switch. And if this is you, it's okay. Hang in there. Now make the vertical hand a diagonal. And keep the other hand straight. Whoa. Even I'm laughing. That's good. That's good news for my brain. And ready, set, and switch. Whoa. Whew. Diagonal and and if this is you right now,
Yeah.
that's okay. But try and keep it right here. Right in the box there. No worries. Shake it out. Shake it out. Let's keep going. Let's go. Hand here and right here. Down and up. Keep that going. Wiggle these fingers, but not these. And ready, set, and switch. I'm going to throw something new at you. No one's done this one yet, in this group anyway that I know of. Keep this one going. And now wiggle the opposite toes of the hand that's wiggling the fingers. So whichever hands are wiggling the fingers, wiggle the opposite toes. And ready, set, and switch. So opposite toes. No cramping yet, right? No cramping of toes. We don't want that to happen. Jody, you okay there? You got your feet in the screen. You mad person, you. That's awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Hand here, and down, and up, and down, and up. And then this hand, a circle. Yeah, and ready, set, and switch. And give your brain a kiss. Give that brain a kiss. Oh man, so how you feeling?
My fingers wanted to keep wiggling after the last one. We had to wiggle them. They want to keep wiggling in that next one.
That's totally natural. That's completely natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of today's, just a brain energizer, but because of the really unique circumstances from my day, at the end, I'm going to share a little. I'm not sure what to call it. I'm going to share a tip. I'm going to share a tip of how I use these brain games and others to not just manage and navigate through stressful times, but how to literally turn the adversity into a moment of growth, no matter how close and personal it is. And this one is about as close and personal as it can get in my life regarding a family member. So before we get there, I want to show you another one with no music. And so let's see. Okay. So hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah. It's okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm just reminding myself. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Your right leg, and if you want to sit down and do this, it's okay. But your right leg is going to come. Don't fall down. If you want to hold on to something, that's cool. Your right leg is going to go off the floor, so your leg is straight, and you're going to make a circle going to the right with your right leg. So yeah. So so here's my right leg, right? My right leg is doing that. Okay. So my entire right leg is doing a circle going to the right. It's going clockwise. It's going clockwise. Right? So you all understand? You got that one. So stop that for a moment. Relax your leg. You're standing on both feet now. At the same time, I want your right, so it's right leg and right hand. Your right hand is going to draw the number 6, as if you had a pencil or pen. It's going to draw the number 6. Each time it's going to start again. It's not going to go up there like cursive. It's going to 6, stop, 6, stop. Okay, so relax the hand and get the right leg going. The right leg going to the right, right? Clockwise. Get the hand set, but don't start yet. And 1, 2, ready, and go. Oh. Man. Anyone feel completely just crash and burn?
Yeah.
Now, you may, as adults, we may think that's bad or not so good, but what's really cool is our brain loves it. Our brain loves when it can't do something yet, right? Okay. It's a real good reminder, even like when we are in learning in any moment, academic, intellectual stuff, life stuff, emotional intelligence, whatever it is. When we encounter something we can't do yet, if we have an open perspective on what adult society calls failure, we actually are living in a moment where we can experience massive growth. And I'm speaking from personal experience in the past, some years ago, and recently, like a year ago, 3 months ago, and today. So let's continue. But anyway, what do you think of that brain game? That's wicked, right? Woo. Does anyone here have any of their favorites? Do any of you have brain games you like or that you want to share? What do you think? Because I have like 280 that I could share, but we don't have time for all 280. Oh, Jody. Okay. Is that back of the head or on the head? The side. The side. Okay. So side. Oh, back of the head and side. Okay. And hit it. back of the head and side. So this is a good one. I've done this one. This is in our series, iBG series. So this one's may appear to be just for a young child and typically young learner. But when my mom had a stroke years ago, she couldn't do this one. And so we have used brain games like that, Jody, with elder care, folks who are having trouble with memory, even PTSD. They're used a little differently in that instance. But yeah, let me put on. And if anyone, did you want to share one? Okay.
I like the triangle square.
Oh man, that's brutal. Let's try that.
I know.
You know what? I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. Actually, I'll show you 3 ways to do it. So there's always a lot of ways. And square. Let's set the square first, because I know we have someone here I don't know. Alcatel, welcome. Welcome. 2, ready, square. Go. And don't cross the middle of your body yet. So square by itself, easy. Other hand, triangle. And up. Again, by itself, piece of cake. Square and triangle at whatever speed you need. If you need to go this slow, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna go here. You pick your speed. Okay, shake it out. Let's do that again. But in the middle, I'm gonna have you do something differently. So square and triangle. 1, 2, at your speed. You can go real slow, or with me, or even faster. So you're doing great, right? Super. When I say go, I want you to change the direction of the square only. So in a moment, not yet, you're gonna change the direction of the square. Go. Oh. Woo! Oh my goodness. I'm struggling just a little bit. Whoa, right? It's like, yeah. And this, let me pause the music.
My brain was like, what?
Yeah, what Jody just did. That is a great physical description of what's called brain confusion. In the world of working out and fitness, it's called muscle confusion. If we keep working out the same muscles in the same way, we eventually hit a plateau. And even worse than that. Same thing for anything. If we keep eating the same exact habit, the same food, even if it's healthy, without any nudges, any little adjustments, our bodies get too used to it. So like I wasn't using fresh ginger for a while in my smoothies, and I've been pouring the fresh ginger and fresh turmeric into my smoothies. Pretty soon I'm going to switch up and go with some spirulina, and then I'll come back to it. So any little confusion, which typically has a negative connotation to it, is actually a really powerful thing. So it's and I use this a lot when I coach individuals and organizations. The idea of building new perspectives. There's a lot of ways to say it. New neural connections. I use the word newness. So how do you want to word it? So I know Tara. I know Tara and Jody are coaches as well. So think about how you can use that, right? And let's see, Jamie, you work with young children, right?
Yes.
And other teachers. Oh my gosh, direct connect, right? Direct connect for cognition. When you're coaching people, let's say in business, the idea of, do they look at all what they do as business people like this, or are they too locked in, too laser focused? It's really cool, right? It's really cool. So we just did that when we changed directions. And I'll be honest with you, what I just did, I changed directions with like the circle ones and some of the other brain games. I've never done it with that one. That was like my first try. And I did it, but I was like, I think I can do it. I barely did it. So my brain and my energy elevated. I started smiling. So when we laugh, when we smile, it's not always because we're building new neural connections, but when we build new neural connections, we tend to smile and giggle and laugh. So when we think of young children, why do 1-year-olds sometimes just start giggling? Because air is new to them. That idea of a color changing is new to them. Hey, Bubba. Oh, man. So the other person with us is a good friend of mine, Bubba Foss, and he's an incredible conga player. So talk about, Yeah, it's a really good stretch. Oh, thanks, Jody. Yeah, so welcome, Bubba. Oh man, Bubba and I performed together. I didn't know who that was.
Oh,
I thought
nice.
Alcatel. Yeah, I was like, who's that? He's over here incognito, which is okay. You're probably having a bad hair day, Bubba, right? Wait,
No,
you don't have much hair.
No. Let me see.
You can stay incognito, bro. It's all good. I'm
Will
messing
you
with you.
guys play for us one day?
Oh, you know what? We could do a brain game and connect it to music, and I could be on the piano, and I'd be happy. That's a cool idea. We'll do that. Man, Jody and Jamie, you're like going to be like our PR people here pretty soon. Like this was their idea. I was like, okay, brain game party. Let's do our, whatever we end up doing here today. Let's do another one. So we had the triangle and the square. Let's put the square there, but let's put it far away from us. All the way out. Extend your arm, like my arm's extended, right? And cross the middle of your body. And I'm going to change music with a different vibe. Hold on. No. There we go. And 1, 2, ready, and bump. So you're crossing over to the side of the body. By itself, easy. Triangle, near you. Okay? And don't start over here. Start right in front of your face. 2, ready, and triangle, crossing the middle of your body. Now this one, in case you're struggling in a second, just know this one's difficult. So, square, triangle, and let's go slowly. You can move in slower than me. 1, 2, ready, and slow, up, slow, up. Oh my gosh, slow, up. Keep the arm extended. Boom. And keep going, and keep going. Whoa! So if you're like me, my extended arm wants to come in.
Yeah.
It wants to come in, right? And this hand was just kind of confused. Like, who am I? I have no identity. I'm being I'm being bulldogged by the square, where I don't know where I can go. But again, when we create that kind of challenge for our brain, it is amazing. It's amazing what can happen. Of the people who are iBG, either just using the license or practitioners, what's one that you think is a really cool challenge? Is there one that like really makes you kind of, other than the ones I've shown you already? What do you think? Okay, the classic. Let's go to the classic. Finger.
Oh, yes.
Thumb. And go as slow as you need to go. You can even go 1 finger at a time. And then eventually, as slow as you need, and you don't have to copy my speed. You can go really slow. Let's keep doing that. But this time focus completely on your index finger and only your index finger, on the right index finger. So look at your right index finger, look at it moving. It's pointing and then it's hidden. Notice the creases in the skin. Notice all the little details in the right index finger. Stay focused on that index finger, how it feels moving. And then go ahead and focus on the other index finger. And you might be going this slow right here, watch this. You might be going that slow, but focusing only on the left index finger. The creases in the skin, the color of the skin, how it feels to move the finger back and forth, what the fingernail looks like, whether it's shiny or not, whether it's glossy or not. Okay. So the cool thing about what I just did with you there, some of you may know this, is when I start to focus on a certain part of the hand, I'm using the brain game now for something else. In addition to the cognition, right? That rhymes. In addition to the cognition, it's working on a focus of attention. which can act as a pattern interrupt. Now, when you're doing that, if you have other thoughts enter your mind, that's okay. It's perfectly normal. You let them come in, you go, okay, not right now, thank you, and get right back to focusing on whatever you were focusing on. So this is something that I use personally throughout the day. And again, these brain games and other movements and stuff, I'll sometimes just focus on a tree, or I'll focus on whatever I'm looking at. And I'll do it sometimes as short as 30 seconds, and usually more like 2 to 10 minutes or so. And all I can tell you is that it builds the prefrontal cortex of the brain, and it builds the right side of the brain in such a way that it increases resilience related to emotions. So it's like, whoa, wait a minute, I thought these were just physical brain games that improve cognition. No. Like those of you taking a certification, that was like that's silver level, that's the entry level certification. And it's a great start, and you don't have to get any more, don't worry. But it's a situation where it's not so much the what, it's the how, right? So we want to energize our brain. We can do that, and simultaneously we can do other things as well. Let's do a little more of that in a different way. So finger and thumb, and cross your arms, and go one finger at a time. Yeah, one finger at a time. And whenever you're ready, and it may not be today, you might continue going one finger at a time. When you're ready, you can switch the fingers at the same time. Whatever tempo you want. Shake it out, shake it out. Take that again, finger and thumb. This time, as slow as you need to, cross your arms and change your fingers one time. So in the middle, I'm gonna switch the fingers. Oh, I love your smiling, Jody, that's great.
I want to dance with the music when I'm doing
Tara,
this.
hey, Tara, you're doing pretty good there, Tara, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so since Tara is doing well, I want the rest, if anyone else is doing well, I want you to up the ante a little more. If you're still struggling, stay right there. Or maybe you're still here or here. But if you're doing pretty well with that switching, watch this. Finger switch twice, switch, switch, and the arm switch once.
Yeah, I struggle with that one.
Oh, no. Come on now, try it. Go slow. And if you completely burn, it's confusion for the brain. It's something new. Yeah. So here's the deal, right? Brain energizing, it's fun. Hey, it's okay, no worries. So brain energizing is a lot of fun, right? The moment most adults encounter something they can't do, or even better, even worse yet, something they really can't do well at all, the reaction by most people is to go, I'm good. I think I'll pass on that. And again, that is the moment we draw the box around our reality. That's the moment we choose to age neurologically. And that is not a good thing. That leads to things like, at the very least, boredom and complacency. At the very worst, Alzheimer's. I mean, along with other variables like sugar and whatnot. So let me end this with a quick story, which I wasn't going to tell, but because of what happened today in my life, I think it makes sense. And I think it's a little startling, because as I'm talking to you right now, my mom is in the hospital, and she's leaving. I'm okay. And I'm okay because I had an incredible conversation with her today, and I'm going to go see her in a little bit. And she's in hospice. So it's a combination of cancer and pneumonia. And the cancer is metastasized, so it's over, you know. And I'm really close to her. And so we had a conversation today, and she's speaking very softly. And before I went there, like any other day, I kind of we saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen pretty soon, we thought. And I've kept to my routine. I've kept to my routines of brain, mind, and body. I've worked out every day. I breathe a lot every day. I do some type of meditative thing every day. And I've been doing it throughout the day, like I described earlier. So if you were to ask me, Is it an emotional time? Well, absolutely. If you were to ask me, well, have you wept today? Yeah, I've wept today, and I'm going to weep tomorrow, and I'll probably weep later tonight. But if you were to ask me, am I like just losing it? Do I feel completely down? I almost feel guilty saying this, but I've learned that I don't need to be. I feel really good. And I had a conversation with my mom, and I said to her, are you scared? As I'm slowly weeping and masks on, I was like a mummy I went into the hospital today, and she looked at me and smiled and said, no. And I said, I'm not either. As I'm weeping, I'm saying, I'm not scared either. And she's not scared. And then I told her, I said, no matter what happens, everything's okay. And she looked at me and nodded and smiled. So as I'm talking to you right now, I'm kind of having an out-of-body experience. Like I'm talking to you, but part of my psyche is up here looking at me going, wow, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Because not that long ago, I would have canceled this thing. I would have been like, I don't want to be on camera. But I do want to be on camera, not because I'm some, I don't want to be like a famous thing. Oh, thank you, Jody. Yeah, but I share that out of humility, and I just share it with you because I want you to know what's possible. And you may already be there. You may be beyond that already. Who knows? But we all have struggles that hit us. We all have. I mean, that's part of life, man. It's just part of life. And so we need to look for ways to make that adversity our ally. And I feel myself growing leaps and bounds as a human being in different ways internally. And so I wasn't going to end with that, but I did. And I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place, and my mom is in a good place too. So with that, I just want to thank Jamie and Bubba and Tara and Jody. And I'm going to keep doing these probably once a month or so.
Nice.
And I'll share the link, and feel free to, I'll put the link up in the group, and I'll also put it up outside the group so that you can share it. And feel free to share this, because I think people will really dig this informal setting of us just kind of energizing our brain. And I think the story at the end will come as a surprise. It did to me. So anyway, I am going to go eat some din din, and then I'm going to go see my mom. Thank you, Bubba. Peace, everybody.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, Enrique.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Take
And if
care.
any one of you are going through stuff, just know you can choose your emotional state of reference and reality. And breathing's a big part of it, and moving is a big part of it. So you can choose your manner of doing it, and you can integrate the brain games if you want. But with that, I'm out of here.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.